Welcome to Bay Focus. Thank you so much for tuning in. Well, we're settled in, and by that I mean, I always got to have my coffee. Settled in for yet another incredible show because we have a very busy time of the year right now. There's so many things happening in the Tampa Bay area, throughout Central Florida, and one of them coming up. And if you've watched this program, Bay Focus, for any length of time, you know I have a soft spot and a heart for foster care and for people getting involved. And we've had so many different organizations, but this is such an exciting event coming up called Foster Parent Education Day, and we're going to tell you about it. And we have three great guests with us today. Right next to me is Katie McElroy, who is the Licensing and Kinship Director for Family Support Services, Pasco and Pinellas Counties. I got that right, hopefully.
Yes,
welcome.
Thanks for having
welcome,
me.
Katie. Next to you is Ralph Zuckerman, who we've had on in the past. Welcome back, Ralph.
Thank you.
He's the owner and founder of Old McMicky's Farm. And if you're not familiar with that, you're going to find out about it today. Really, really cool place. And then next to you is Kimberly Smith, Director of Foster Care Licensing, Children's Network of Hillsborough County. Welcome, all three of you. So great to have you on the program. And we want to hear at CTN and on Bay Focus throw our support to events like this. So we want to find out what this event is, what's coming up. And to do that, Katie, tell us.
Sure. Thank you so much again for having us. We really are looking forward to partnering with Old McMicky's and Children's Network of Hillsborough County in bringing awareness to the need for foster parents, and really just to have a morning at the farm that allows folks to come get their questions answered, hear about the supports available to them, and explore different agencies that that might be available for licensing for them. And so it's a great opportunity on Saturday, October 11th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. You can register through Old McMicky's Farm, but just really come out, get your questions answered, and see if this is the, the best next step for you.
Yeah, we're going to talk throughout the show a little bit about how people can get involved and what would be the commitment, what would be the responsibility, what would be. But we want to get to you, Ralph, because this is called Foster Parent Education Day.
It is.
First of all, tell us where Old McMicky's Farm, a little bit about the farm first, because this is such a cool place. So we're going to show our viewers some pictures.
Okay. Well, the farm is an extension of Camp Keystone, which has been in the Tampa Bay area since 1946. And we're a children's educational farm. We teach children about farming, but it's all hands-on, experiential. They get to milk a cow, ride a pony, go on a hayride. And we have farm tours for families, field trips, birthday parties, and we're also a beautiful lakefront wedding venue.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've been to a wedding there. Wow, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
But you are committed to hosting this. You do community work. This is something you do regularly. Why do you do this? What do you feel about the importance of foster care?
Well, when I restarted the farm, we're purpose-driven. And the other reason I restarted the farm was to contribute to kids and families in our community. And gosh, what better way than to help children find foster parents, adoptive parents for a forever family. We do a lot for kids facing challenges. It's part of our mission at the farm. So it's a love, it's a passion, and you're out in nature, and we just we make sure we have a great place to help out. Yeah,
and you do events, not only this one, and this is a new event where you're actually educational. You've done for adoptions, foster adoption event, and all kinds of things that out there. Such a great location, and I want to start because we haven't gotten to you yet, Kimberly. I want our viewers, and then I'll come back to family support services too, Katie too. I want our viewers to know we're going to talk about some of the issues. If you're not familiar with what the struggle is for some of these kids, we're going to talk about that. But Kimberly, tell us what you do with the Children's Network of Hillsborough County. I want our viewers to understand both organizations.
So Children's Network of Hillsborough is the lead agency for child welfare in Hillsborough County. I myself, as director of licensing, I'm over all the licensed homes in Hillsborough County. And right now we really want to open this up like for recruitment of foster parents. We're in need of foster parents, especially for our sibling groups and for our teenagers.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that we want to say is the term that's really important is child welfare, because that can be an all-encompassing thing. And Katie, tell us about family support services, because there's multiple arms too in both organizations of what falls under child welfare. We're talking about foster care, but you have a real heart to work with families.
Absolutely. So it's really starting at the very front door. So we offer diversion programs. Really, we know being in child welfare, the best place for children is with their families as long as it's safe. So starting from that, maybe a first concern, and getting our different programs, steps, fast programs involved with the family prior to the child ever having to leave that family. But if they do, that's where we come in. We offer, kinship licensing. So those are for families who are known to the child, relatives, non-relatives, and then foster homes. So those traditional foster homes where they are licensed for children that are not known to them. And so at foster care, then we move into the adoption realm, and we have a lot of different programs. As Ralph had mentioned, he did some partnering for Adoption Day. But we also really the need to stabilize youth in our system, which extends even past that 18-year-old child.
I was going to say, when we start getting and of course the Children's Network of Hillsborough County does a lot of these similar programs, in terms of trying to, the breadth of the issue, get into the detail of all of it. You go out into the community. We're going to show right now some, both of your groups go out into the community and do presentations, try to connect with people. And some of this is going to be happening at the foster care day, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to have different booths, different things, different organizations. But let's take a look at some pictures, and you show us what we're seeing, Katie.
Sure. So this is the farm, Old McMicky's farm, a great location and great start to getting folks there, seeing and meeting other foster families who are doing this work. As part of this day, we're going to have all the different supports available to them once they step into that journey, as well as folks who are in it right now to answer any questions and to really debunk any of those myths and misconceptions about what foster care is. So these are some of the various events that we do throughout the community. Both Hillsborough County and Pinellas Pasco like to get out there and get just people interested in learning more about what it means to provide that temporary home for children in need. Foster parents play a vital role in our system and really enter a child's life when they're in crisis. And so we certainly couldn't do this without them. And it's a very big role that they play in children's lives. But the bigger piece of this is really stabilizing families. That's what we want. We want children to reunify with their families and strengthen just that family unit, which then strengthens our communities.
Well, as we're letting some of these pictures just roll, let's answer this. And I'm going to, either one of you, Kimberly, and then I'll come back to you, Ralph, a little bit too. Or Ralph, you can jump in too. You've worked with this for a number of years now. But who are the children that end up needing a foster family? I mean, what are the situations that would say, okay, we need to do this?
So children enter the system of care at no fault of their own, and we need our foster homes to be able to provide them a safe place during the time that their family can strengthen and get them back home with their families. Our main goal in foster care is to reunify them with their families, and there's so many different cases of why they've entered into care.
Yeah, and the time that they're in the system could vary. I mean, right? I mean, sometimes it can be a longer, depending on what the family situation is. So, tell us about who can be even a foster parent. Then there's got to be some, parameters on that.
Yeah, sure. So a lot of people think, oh, I can't do it. I don't own my own home. I'm not married. You don't have to own your own home. You can rent. You don't have to be married. You can be single. It really, our foster parents come from wide varieties of life. Some have, professional jobs. Some are stay-at-home moms where maybe the partner works. And so really, you got to be 21 years old, be financially stable, pass a background screening, as well as various other pieces. It is kind of an intrusive process, but you've got somebody walking you through that. We provide some pre-service training, which really learns about the children within our system and what they need and how it may differ from traditional parenting, perhaps, just due to the trauma that children...
Well, yeah, I was going to say, that's a thing. When you have a family sign on or foster parents do this or want to go through, and there's training, there's classes, there's everything, right? They go through this whole thing. They have to be prepared. They could be dealing with some trauma, right?
Right, and they're never going to be left alone. We provide them their pre-train, the pre-service, what they do before they become a foster parent, to put tools into their toolbox to be able to manage some of the behaviors they may encounter. We also surround them with all supports. That's why we want them to come out to meet other foster parents, so foster parents can share their journey and show them how much support they are provided during their journey becoming a foster parent.
Yeah, I love that. I want to give you guys an opportunity here too. I don't know if you want to. If you know some of these stats off the top of your head, but you guys are making some inroads in this. Since I've started with you, how are you doing it in terms of, you've got some really great numbers?
Yes, Children's Network came in 2022.
Yeah.
We've decreased the amount of children coming into care by 50%. We have what Katie, a diversion program, we call intensive family support team. We use acronyms, so it's hard for me to remember, but we've serviced over 5,600 kids just by allowing them to stay with their families through services. Yeah.
So that's keeping the families together. And go ahead, family support services too.
Yeah, so similar to Kim, we've had some great success since Family Support Services has had the contract. So decreasing the amount of children in care, bulking up our diversion services. And so one thing that I do want to mention is the reliance on our community. We have great community partners. We have different agencies that want to step in and that want to do the same work. And so I'd say for all of us, collaborating with those in the community, maybe you can't foster, but simple little things that you can do to support the system
That's a
makes
really
such a difference.
good point. You may not be able to be that parent, but you can come alongside. There's also resources. There's assistance.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know which one of you wants to talk about this, but there's financial assistance, correct?
Yes. Everyone is provided a board rate according to the age of the child once they become a foster parent.
Yeah, and they get Medicaid.
Yes.
Right. I'm reading some things, and free lunch benefits, and it says children aged 8 and younger qualify for a voucher to cover the majority of the expense of child care as well. So that's a good one. There's free community services and events. All right, there's some myths I want to reference here about foster care that you guys are coming in wanting to just yank, you've made it clear here, like yank kids and put them in the foster care system. You have priority for concerns, and that's their safety and security, right?
Absolutely.
But you are wanting to come up with the best solutions for their families.
100%. So as I mentioned before, we really truly believe children belong in their homes as long as it's safe. So when that can't happen through different avenues, we always want to look at the least restrictive placement for children, which of course, number one would be in home with some support and services. And then moving on to, if they can't remain at home due to safety, being with somebody that they know, a relative or a non-relative. And then of course, if that isn't something that's feasible, moving into our licensed foster care, which is the out-of-home care system. And so we do our best to make sure that our parents are equipped with all of those tools, as Kim mentioned, to handle just the different behaviors of children that stem from what they've experienced. And again, at no fault of their own.
So when they come to this Foster Parent Education Day, are they going to be able to go, if somebody's going to walk them through what each step would be?
Yes. Yes, we have all our agencies there that help us complete the licensing process to become a foster parent.
They can actually do it that day. They can they can apply.
Right, and what we'll do is the first step is attending an info session, which we are going to count this towards an info session because they'll be able to talk to all of our licensing agencies, all our support services, all our resources. They'll all have tables there. They can go up and talk to them and then be able to provide that information. We're also going to have foster parents there to share their stories with them and talk to them.
I love that. Okay, Ralph, you've been patiently listening to all of this information, but I want to ask you.
And it's all been great.
Yeah, it has been great.
Awesome.
It's a lot of wonderful information that our viewers need to know. Again, you can go out to this event and get all of this information on one-on-one in a beautiful setting. But what has been your experience hosting these, Ralph? I mean, what have you seen? You've had to have been mingling with families.
Sure.
You had to have been seeing some of the results. Tell us how you have felt about it.
Oh my gosh. You can't get a nicer reward, and you don't do it for the rewards. Yeah. We created Child Adoption Education Day about 9 years ago. Mm-hmm. We also do match days where families who've been through the process come out and spend a great day on the farm with kids who are looking for their forever family. And our match days.
That. Love the match day. I love that.
They're
name.
Amazing. Our last match day, I think there were 9 kids and 3 of them found their forever family. Wow. And we do match days. And what happened is we restarted Adoption Day, and as a natural extension, we need more foster parents. Every child needs a loving, safe, secure home and to know they deserve to be loved. Yeah. And if you're thinking about becoming a foster parent, first we applaud you.
Yeah.
And this, we created it so that in one easy morning you can come and meet the agencies. They walk you through the process. You get to meet their partner agencies that are there for support, and you get to hear from foster parents who've been on the path that you're thinking of going. Yeah. And it's all in one easy morning. Whatever stage you're at, if you're ready to take the next step, or if you're just thinking about
just curious. That's a good point to put.
If you're just curious about
you don't have to be ready to go out there.
Becoming a foster parent, this is the day for you. And just go to the farm's website. There'll be a big block that says Foster Parent Education Day.
That's where they register.
Yes.
It'll give them details about the event. They can register. There's no charge. You come out for a great morning on the farm, and then after the event, we'll have some refreshments, and you can walk around and enjoy the farm.
Okay, there was a key right there. Refreshments, everyone.
Okay, but the main purpose is to learn about fostering.
Yeah, well, I want to brag on you a little bit on Old McMickey's farm. This is one you're very community-minded, community outright. This is one thing. You've worked with veterans as well, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You've hosted events, different things out there. You are very much want to be a place where people can gather, can get resources, can come, can get refreshed, can all of that. Is that a fair statement? Yeah.
It's been life-changing. We are privileged to host Purple Heart Medal recipients, Gold Star families.
Yes.
We're all brothers and sisters in this world. Mm-hmm. And personally, I feel you have a duty to contribute to your brothers and sisters. And in this case, your little brothers and sisters.
I love that.
Foster kids.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Ralph, I couldn't think of a better way to tie this together. We got a lot of I see passion in all of you for what you do and all the information. But Ralph, you just put it into a real tangible thing that we all have a responsibility to help. That's one of the reasons you do, to help people, to help families, to help veterans, to help, and foster care is one of those. And we didn't even get into talk about even kids that age out. There's needs there. And you guys are all involved in that as well. So once again, Foster Parent Education Day, we've been putting that on the screen. We're going to do it again on the date, time, location, Old McMickey's Farm. And also thanks to Family Support Services and Children's Network of Hillsborough County. We're going to show you some more information about them on screen as well. And we'll be right back with more of Bay Focus.
So many children, nearby children, lost along the way. Many more, too many more, need us today. Can you hear the foster children of Tampa Bay? Reach out. Neglected, abused, or abandoned, or thrown away. They need someone to turn to, someone to listen, brighten up a day. Can you hear the foster children of Tampa Bay? Reach out. Can you just hear them calling to you? There's so much you have to give. You have the heart and the love to show. Reach out today, foster a child. Let's go. Can you just hear them calling to you? There's so much you have to give. You have the heart and the love to show. Reach out today, foster a child. Let's go.
To begin your fostering journey, visit childrensnetworkhillsborough.org. Children's Network of Hillsborough. Change a life for good.
We want to hear from you. Is there an event happening in the Tampa Bay area or an organization helping the local community? If you have answers, let us know. Email us at darleneg@ctnonline.com. Find us online at ctnonline.com/bayfocus or follow us on Facebook at Bayfocus TV.
Well, we're back with some closing thoughts on Foster Parent Education Day that we're promoting coming up. But I want to share a couple other things. We just briefly mentioned before we went to break about that you guys also work with, what about when kids turn 18? What happens?
Yeah, so that can be a really scary thing for a child that is living outside of their home. And so not only do we have services and we contract some of them, we hold some in-house, but just really that allow that youth to have support and services post 18, which is a phenomenal thing to have when there's just so much unknown. You don't know where you're going to go. We also work with our partner agencies to help identify host homes for those youth that may not have, a solidified plan when they hit 18.
That is so, so important. And I know that that has been a thing that more and more people are looking at, more organizations and ministries that we've had on step in at that situation too. All right, I want you to paint me a picture as we close out the show today. Is there a story? Is there a family? Is there something that has walked this road and it has been rewarding for them?
Absolutely. This is just one of many. And, if you attend the event, you'll hear a little bit more about it. But one of our families who absolutely adores the teen population, really went out of her profile to take in a teen, not only a teen, but a teen and their baby who's a very difficult to find a home for sometimes. So although the youth ended up leaving prior to their 18th birthday, there's still that connection there. She still comes over with her baby. And so as a foster parent, you make an impact. Maybe you don't see it at the time, but it is a long-lasting impact. And for a youth or a child who doesn't feel connection, just having one role model, one connection, one support makes such a difference.
Yeah, and one of the things that you just mentioned, and that is just, and again, you're gonna be able to hear this story out if you come to Foster Parent Education Day on Saturday, October 11th. I'm gonna say it again, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Old McMicky's farm. So just throwing that out there, we've been showing that throughout of it. But you also mentioned one thing when you just said that, teens.
Yeah.
That's a big need, isn't it?
Yes.
I'll let you respond to that too.
Yes, it's very
Kimberly.
hard to place teens. A lot of people come into fostering to take care of the babies and the younger children, but our teens are really needing that mentorship, helping them form what their plan is going to be once they become an adult.
Yeah, when I think of this story of this, family that took in a teen mom, I go, talk about a big heart.
Yeah.
I mean, that is incredible. Well, you all have shared your heart today, and clearly this is a passion project for all of you, and we appreciate it all. And Ralph, thank you for opening your farm to all of this. And I just want to encourage our viewers as you're tuning in today. I've talked to you about in the past. We've done so many different things with foster care, and it's something we're going to continue to do because this is so important. And I want to appeal to. I'm going to talk to my church leaders, my people of faith that are out there. This is an opportunity to show your faith in action by stepping up and helping these kids and helping foster kids. For this is an easy thing to do, to go to this event. Just find out if you're just curious. That's it. So thank you for tuning in this week. You're going to see how you can contact me on the screen. We will see you next week. May God richly, richly bless you.
For over 20 years, Bay Focus has taken you behind the scenes of Central Florida ministries, community organizations, and local events. Join host Darlene Greenlee as she talks to local leaders about how Christians can express faith in action in their communities. Tune in on Wednesdays and Thursdays on CTN Greater Tampa Bay or watch on demand at ctnonline.com/bayfocus.